The great question in mathematics is, when are we ever going to use this? You're going to use these a lot when you get to high school. If I go back to our sample equation, in order to put this in standard format, all I need to do is move the 21 over here. So it's x squared minus 10x plus 21. And that can be factored then into x minus 3 times x minus 7. So when are we going to use this? This is an equation that's actually set up to generate graphs on an xy Cartesian coordinate system. If I say that x equals y, then if x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 0. If x is equal to 1, y is equal to 1. If x is equal to 2, y is equal to 2. And what I get is a straight line going up that way. So if we take our equation from the sample and plug it into this, we find out some interesting information. Notice that if x equals 0, that shows where the y-axis is. And by the same token, if we know where y equals 0, then we know where it crosses the x-axis. So I'll pull up our equation again. It's really y equals x squared minus 10x plus 21. And an equation like this is going to generate a curve, a parabola. And that can be used to calculate complex financial transactions. That can be used to build bridges that don't fall apart, or help a person land a booster on a barge at sea. So if I put in a value for x, then I'm going to get certain values for y. So if x is 1, 1 squared is 1, minus 10x, and 10 times 1 is minus 10, plus 21. So I get 1 minus 10 gives me negative 9, plus 21 gives me positive 12. More importantly, I want to know where it crosses the x and y axis. So to find out where it crosses the y-axis, the x-intercept, or the y-intercept, I make x equal to 0. So 0 and 0. 0 squared is 0. 10 times 0 is 0. So if x is equal to 0, then y is equal to 21. That tells us that our line is going to cross the y-axis at 21. If I factor it, I can get even more information. If I want to find out where it crosses the x-axis, then I make y equal to 0. Well, if something times something is 0, then this and or this have to equal 0, because 0 times anything is 0. So if x minus 3 is 0, I move the minus 3 over, and x equals 3. Or if x minus 7 is 0, I move the minus 7 across, and I get x equals 7. To make it more practical, and again, you'll learn a lot about this in high school, I can go to an online graphing calculator and put in my equation, x squared minus 10x plus 21. And that gives me a graph. I notice that the graph crosses the x-axis at 3 and at 7. So if y is 0, then x is 3 or 7. And we see that it crosses the y-axis at 21. So if x equals 0, then y equals 21. You will learn lots more things about parabolas and how different things shift parabolas later on, but that will do it for now.